Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 92. Tonight, mostly clear skies and mild lows. We'll see a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine and very hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 101. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Does it seem like your clothes dryer doesn't dry like it used to? It may not be your dryer. It may be your dryer vent. When the vent becomes obstructed, it drastically reduces the efficiency of your dryer. Even worse, it can be a fire hazard. Here's the simple solution. Call Bryant. Bryant will thoroughly clean the vent and show you the before and after results. Call 467-1111. Keep your dryer operating efficiently and your home safe. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
I'd like Bill to be say next to you, so when you say on 3, he goes,
that'd be awesome. That would be. Steve Sipple on 3. You should be there just for that.
That's all I said for 3 days.
Kirk Francis, Steve Sipple from the Husker Online on 3 Network.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Old School with DP and J.
You have to get ready for this long haul of a season that you put, hopefully, your blood, sweat, and tears into training to be in your best form. And whatever team does it at a higher percentage, that means if you have 100 players and you do it at a 90%, 90% of the guys do it on a 90% basis. Generally, it correlates to what your wins and losses.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for 3. And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome into a Friday edition of On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Austin Norman, joined by my partner, as always, Eric Strickland. Ricky Babe, how's home away from home?
There it is. Yes, sir. Had to dip away today. Not in studio with my partner, but it's a special time. And I'm reminded, Austin, of myself personally when I crossed over the threshold last November 50. My parents and family came out to Dallas, and we all celebrated that milestone. I mean, let's just be honest. Let's just be real about it. There's a lot of people that just don't make it, to milestones like this, and for whatever reason. And so I'm grateful, and shout out to Swan Rivers, who invited me to come down and share and celebrate with her for her birthday, and also to Nikki Purnell. There's a couple friends, and so I like to shout them out, like to give them a shout out for just crossing over, because it's not easy, just whatever we have to go through. So I'm grateful.
Hey, you're making it look easy though, Strick. You don't look a day over 40.
Oh man, I appreciate you, my boy. I try to keep myself going.
I know you're putting in that work. I see it.
I try, man. I try, my guy.
Part of your journey was the NBA, right? I know you're so much more than that, but obviously you are the 9-year NBA vet here. NBA has a new TV deal, something we talked a lot about last year, getting ready for the league to put something new together, right? A league that had some popularity, maybe fading into the background a little bit. Well, Strick, they come back with an 11-year, $76 billion deal on ESPN and ABC, right? Will still carry the finals, but a bit of a switch up. NBC, who had the NBA for a while, lost it. They're throwing their hat back in the ring. And then Amazon, looking to expand its reach into the world of sports. We know that's where the exclusive Thursday night football game is. So 11 years, $76 billion, and those three over-the-air viewing partners. What do you make of this deal and what it means for the NBA?
Well, it's not on the full level of what the NFL's deal is, but we understand why. The NFL is king. It is what it is. They were looking for anywhere. I think they were shooting for $9 million per, hopefully to get $8 million, and they come up with about $6-9 per year on the deal. So for them, I'm sure they're excited. I mean, it's one of the things that change happens, and when you're looking at change, Austin, there are a lot of people that have been excited over the years for what TNT brought to the place and to the space, and obviously Chuck and Jet and Shaq and Ernie, those guys, what they brought to the table. Obviously, that's going to be a unique change. And you're looking at Amazon. You're looking at changes as well as even you and I being able to work today by way of stream. So you're knowing stream is a place that they're going. Amazon stepped into the platform, became a player in the game when they took on the NFL and kind of started doing that on Thursday Night Football. And so they're looking to really be a player in the game. And NBC is, you've heard the iconic sound when
Round Ball Rock.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. When those things came out and you've got that going on, ESPN stays in the game, and it looks like I think a 2.6, 2.5, 1.8 split from Amazon, 1.8, ESPN 2.5, and then 2.6 for NBC. So I think I think they have something to be proud about. They haven't voted on it yet. It looks like next week that the Board of Governors are going to get together and they're going to discuss whether or not to pull the trigger. I don't see why they wouldn't. You got to be real about it. It's going to be significant increases, but I'll talk about that after you continue the discussion.
Yeah, it would be dumb, I think, to send them back to the drawing board, because you're probably not going to get a better deal. This is probably the best you can do after
no
this
doubt.
long of negotiating. They're not just going to A, have come up with more money out of nowhere, or B, be willing to share more of it with you, the NBA. So I think the Board of Governors would be dumb to veto this and not vote to ratify it. I'll be interested to see what TNT and Turner do, because they do have a chance to match.
Yeah, to match.
Right?
Yeah.
Inside the NBA is a good show, and it's so popular, Strick, on social media. You see clips on Instagram and Twitter all the time from that show whenever they have their national games. So even if the over-the-air broadcasts aren't doing as well on TNT to the Turner platform, I think it would be a missed opportunity for the NBA to let a show like that fall by the wayside that has a bit of a cult following on social media.
Yeah, no question about it. I think when they look at this, I think they're looking at a broader picture as well. I think part of this deal is going to be for the WNBA, especially through the Amazon platform, to get more streaming for them and get more visibility from them. I don't know if ESPN felt that the numbers were there for them to fully do it there. I'm probably sure they'll have some games, maybe playoffs, something of that nature. But it's kind of a way to take advantage. And I know we're going to probably have some discussions about what's going on there with Rookie of the Year. I know we said we're going to discuss that with Caitlin Clark and just the wonderful things that her and Angel Reese have done for the game. Yeah, and so that's a battle. It's a continuation of the battle that has gone on throughout the course of this time. And so you're right, man. You would hate to lose such an iconic brand that has been built over a decade now, and where they go from here and what they do. I mean, you hear Chuck talking, saying, he's a free agent, and but how everybody else feels about it, it's going to be yet to be seen. But you hope they can work something out and keep that iconic show together.
Even if those guys just go off and do their own stream on
Yeah.
TV, I think that would get a lot of following. Even if it's an independent show and they just stream it, I think it'd be fun to keep together. But speaking of stream, Strick, what Amazon is doing and then what NBC is doing, I'm fascinated to see how this works out and if it actually boosts the numbers like they want. Amazon and NBC are going to carry an NBA game after their NFL game of the week. So after Thursday Night Football on Amazon and after Sunday Night Football on NBC, there's going to be a regular season basketball game. On the one hand, I think it's smart of them to game the system that way, right? Keep the residual eyeballs. The Thursday night one, I don't understand quite as much. So that's usually not a great game. It gets laughed about quite a bit on social media, why this game, ugly uniforms, whatnot. But the NBA must think it's a worthy gamble. So, okay, some residual eyeballs from that. We know Sunday Night Football is a big deal. So you'll get the game and then you'll get an NBA game after it. On the one hand, sure, keep those eyeballs. Keep them there. Keep them tuned. People won't flip away. Fine, I get it. On the other hand, I think it says a lot about where the NBA is at, in that the best strategy that it has is to follow the NFL, not have its own night, not become its own event. So kudos for capitalizing on the NFL's popularity. But I also think that's an indictment in some ways on where the NBA is at right now.
No, I don't think it's an indictment. For me, there's a lot of things that are happening in this whole spectrum, and one of them is the crazy numbers. The salary cap's got to go up 10%
again.
You know what I mean? So let's be honest about this. So there's a couple of good things that are happening, Austin. You're looking at a crossover. You're looking at a change of guard. You're looking at a passing of the torch. With that, you're going to have these new players potentially earning $100 million a year.
Woo! That used to be more than the entire salary cap.
Straight airplane facepalm. Like, listen, it's go for what you know, negotiate what you can negotiate. But I say, and listen, the NBA was smart. I think I'll benefit too, because I think the retired players benefit from the increases as well. as
Heck
far
yeah.
as our retirements, right?
Out time.
So it's a blessing as well. And so I'm not mad about it. I'm not disappointed about it. It's crazy. It's crazy numbers. But then I say this: they were smart to take this out to 2036, I believe, is what it's going to be. 11 years. They were smart to do that because their last deal. Think about this, right? Their last deal was like 26.5 billion.
Whew.
Look at that increase. It's 50 plus billion, $51 billion increase. Like, so, and with numbers in decline.
Right.
Okay. So what's crazy about that is you got to be smart. If you're Adam Silver, you're going to have to be smart about your messaging, your packaging. You're going to have to be smart about your promotions and your marketing. You're going to have to do it better. You're going to have to be grand, because here's two things. You're adding potential losses. So it's a blessing. You've gained, but did you really gain? You've gained from the fact that your numbers went up by $51 billion, but you're also taking a little more loss by way of the WNBA now. So the WNBA losses go from 10 to upwards of roughly 50 million now. So add that over the course as well. If you don't do well by marketing, you don't do well by the choices you make on who you're promoting as the next up, and making sure that the product that you put on the floor is up front. If you continue to do things like you're doing, like you did with the Lakers last year, and if you continue to do this funny style stuff with the league, and the referees are absolutely atrocious, and you get a lot of this craziness, it could be detrimental in the long run. And this could be your last hurrah. And you don't want it to be that, right? You want to continue to make it better. David Stern put you in a great place, and you don't want the product to continue to fall and fail. And the reason I say that, especially about referees, I think I sent you an Instagram on one of the most egregious things I've ever seen by an ump or a referee or somebody that's basically calling the game. Was you're in a 19-inning game, and I should use this for WTF moment of the week, because it was absolute. I know you saw it. It was just like, are you serious, my guy? And just walked off like, okay,
I just
it
want
is
to go
what
home.
it is.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, just for the listeners, what happened was 19-inning game. I think the bases are loaded. Obviously, the infield is in, because you're trying to one out. So you're trying to eliminate the opportunity of a score. So they bring the infield in, and the ball's hit the third base. He feels it cleanly, throws a dime to the catcher. He catches it well before the guy got there, and the guy doesn't even touch the bag. He tags him. The guy stands up, touches the bag, and the umpire called him safe. I said, oh my gosh. Like, this in some ways, refereeing's getting real funny style. They're real shaky. And with that in mind, you got to hope that you're able to put out a clean, good product, so that you can continue to build on what you've just been able to secure, which is a great long-term contract by way of a TV deal.
And if you feel confident in the talent that you have in your league, if you like the owners that you have in the league and the marketing people you're with, I would hope that the NBA would be able to negotiate a renegotiation date in there, whether that's after 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, just to take a look at it again and come back to the table with these three broadcast entities. I don't know how common that is, if that's even something that's doable, because Strick, for as big as the NBA, can be, if the product does get better and better and better, and we enter another golden age in the NBA, Anthony Edwards is tearing it up. The Celtics have a mini dynasty going. Cooper Flagg's doing his thing. Wemby is destroying the international scene. Jokic stays in, right? You can see a lot of the reasons to be optimistic for the growth of the NBA and the players. So
well, especially with the international game and with what you got going on with the Olympics upcoming, you better go ahead.
Right. So I think that these networks probably feel like they have a little bit of a bargain now, right? I mean, 76 billion and 2.5, 2.6, 2.5, and 1.8. I don't want to joke and say that's not a lot of money, But if the NBA realizes its potential and these stars play like stars and keep drawing more and more eyeballs to the sport, it's going to end up being a bit of a bargain for these companies where it's like, signing a young player from Latin American baseball to a deal, before he had started, right? A guy like Bobby Witt needed a big contract because his dad was a major leaguer. He has some of the highest representation. He could afford to hold out and wait for a big payday, right? But I think that's the NFL. Whereas the NBA is more the guy from, some, backwoods town in the Dominican Republic that got found at this camp when he was small and scrawny. He put in the work. He developed into an all-star major league player. And the team thinks it can extend him first because he doesn't come from as much. So you can see a lower amount of money mean more because you're not getting the NFL for this number. You're absolutely not.
No.
So if you're these companies, you hope that the NBA grows and that there is no renegotiation date and you like the 11-year term. I think about it with the Big Ten as well, right? They did a 7-year deal with Fox, with CBS, and with NBC. Why? They didn't want to get stuck in a position where they didn't have the power. Contrast that with the ACC and ESPN. That's why Clemson and Florida State are fighting the ACC because they had that 15-year contract with ESPN. So 11 years, I think, should be a sweet spot. But I think at the end of the day, those 3 broadcast companies are going to like 11 years more than the NBA if the product continues to grow.
Well, there's no question about it. And actually, in all actuality, the NBA knew they were in the super advantage position. So it's best to go for the long term. It's kind of similar to what you do in the NFL when you're signing a quarterback for a deal. You give them a pretty good deal and you more so extend it, and you want to make sure that when it comes time with the increases that are going on, that deal ends up looking good for you. I mean, it ends up like this quarterback ends up being a good deal for me. I mean, I think some people would even say, as big as the Patrick Mahomes deal is, it looks pretty good, at the end of the day, for however long that term is. So they I think they knew that, we want to extend this out. We want to, more money in hand is better than, an opportunity that sits in the bush. Right. So
the last thing that I think is important to mention with this deal is, what does the schedule look like? This is something I think as well that the NBA can capitalize on. They did a good job of doing. So 7 days of the week, walk with me through these days of the week here. We'll start on Monday, exclusive game on Peacock, the NBC streaming service. So there's Monday. Tuesday, you will have a game on NBC. Wednesday, ESPN. Thursday, Amazon after Thursday Night Football. Friday and Saturday, Amazon exclusive, as well as an ESPN Saturday game. And then the Sunday game on ESPN and following NBC, Sunday Night Football. That's all 7 days of the week with an NBA game. Not all of them on, regular television or not on cable. But Strick, I think that's excellent for the NBA to have at least a game on a broadcast partner every single day of the week for growth.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of like an investment. Yeah, I mean, it is. It is a form of investment for them. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're, if you take a loss, you're not going to take a big loss in just one aspect of your investment. So you diversify and you spread it out all over the place. You give yourself more of an opportunity to hit, right? Similar to what you do when you do roulette. When you go, some of you guys may not be gamblers, and that's okay. I don't really do roulette either. I go in there and I'll bet red or black. I don't normally do the numbers, and if I do, it's normally numbers that I played, or like number 6 for football, 20 or 21. I'll put some on there, and some people hit. But what you do is, I'm going to put some here, some there, some here, some there, and I'm hedging my bets. That, in essence, is what they're doing. They're hedging the fact that I could put more eyeballs if I spread it out, as opposed to leaving a centralized place to where you can only watch games. because to be honest, some people may not have cable. Some people love to stream. Some people, it's switched up now. It's not where you're just sitting on cable and, doing ESPN until 2 a.m. like you used to do back in the day.
Right.
You catch games and you watch ESPN. It's a lot different landscape now. And so they're hedging. And they're hoping to land more of what they lost. And what they lost, I think, was a lot of casual fans and people that are sitting at home and they're just looking for something to catch and something to watch. And hopefully you catch a spark and they find something that they like there on NBA. In the NBA.
WNBA seems to have found its spark in Caitlin Clark, but she doesn't seem to be the runaway WNBA Rookie of the Year. Strick brought up the WNBA. A lot to get into there with Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. And are Caitlin Clark's teammates putting butter on their fingers before the games? How many of the turnovers are her fault? How many are her teammates' fault? We'll get into that in our next segment here during On the Block. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska! Registration is officially closed for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games will feature 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. If you didn't sign up but want to follow along for results or watch the action yourself, go to CornhuskerStateGames.com. Thanks to our partners, Nebraska Orthopedic Center, Pepsi Cola, Nebraska Medical Association, and Farmers Mutual of Nebraska.
Prodigy Baseball Academy, Lincoln's premier baseball program, is excited to partner with the #1 national youth and high school program to offer a larger player development program with a national network for tournaments and recruiting. Prodigy Baseball has been nominated several years by the Lincoln Choice Awards for outstanding dedication to youth baseball. Come see the USA Prime Prodigy difference. For a full listing of tryouts and to learn more about USA Prime Prodigy, check them out on Facebook at Lincoln Prodigy Baseball or at LincolnProdigyBaseball.com. USA Prime Prodigy is excited to announce the tryouts for the upcoming season. Prodigy Baseball is where players in Lincoln go to receive player development, a competitive tournament schedule, and incredible family atmosphere. USA Prime Prodigy will be hosting tryouts July 14th through the 16th at 6 p.m. at Optimus Sports Complex for ages 7 to 14. Jalen Wordley, Caleb Clark, and Mason McConaughey from Husker Baseball will be there to sign autographs and talk to the youth. Tryouts start on July 14th at 6 p.m. Learn more at LincolnProdigybaseball.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 92. Tonight, mostly clear skies and mild lows. We'll see a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine and very hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 101. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Norman, Eric Strickland back with you. I'm in studio. Strick is on the road. Let's go to our text line brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers here for just a second. Bill and Bennett says that Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind makes me laugh every time. I say if you're going to dream big, dream big. Appreciate that. No longer Notorious B.I.B. Bill and Bennett. Appreciate that. Yeah, I can't say that is my dream necessarily, but hey, you know what? If it happens, it happens. Right now, I'm enjoying being on the block with my guy. Maybe not enjoying throwing some passes to her teammates. Caitlin Clark, Strick, you sent me that video of some of the drops that Caitlin Clark's teammates have had. That's egregious. That's where I have a little, ooh, like, seriously? You're telling me that pro athlete can't catch those?
Right? I mean, on a dime. Listen, as a guard, as a point guard, there's a lot of things that they taught us, Austin. Some of them is don't bounce balls at big men's feet because they have trouble going down there and getting. You got, if you're gonna bounce a pass, I mean, you have to at times with big men because of the fact that you want to get it through traffic. You know, hands are normally here to here. So sometimes you have to put a bounce, but you need to put something on it where it doesn't skip, that it bounces up to where it's soft to where he can grab it, right? And one of my good centers that played for us, his name was Derek Chandler. Shout out to Derek Chandler, DC, DeMatha, great. DC had rock hands though, you know what I mean? So there was different ways that we weren't feeding DC. We had to wait till DC can catch it and go up. And DC will put you in the rim, but he need to be able to catch it and go up. We're making sure that he's going 1-2 or plant and dunk. And that was the way it is. But Caitlin was literally, in that video that I sent to you, she was literally throwing dimes. And I'm talking about soft, lofted bounces. It was going right there. They were on time, on target. All you had to do was make a play and the fumbles that they were doing, it was like, yeah, there's a meme out. There's a meme out that a lot of YouTube creators use, and there's a rapper by the name of Boosie, and Lil Boosie, and there's a rapper by the name of Lil Boosie, and there's a meme they use on him whenever there's something that you got to look at him with the side eye a little bit, and you're like, that don't look fun, and they use him when he does that, and this is how it goes. He goes, "Come on, man. Come on, dog." That's literally what I said when I saw someone. I was like, "Come on, man." I was like, it was like in the hands, but through the hand. It was like they was doing like this. Yeah, it was like they had no coordination in some of the, and I was like, you guys got to be serious. Like, it seems like a setup. I don't know what else to call it. It seemed like a conspiracy, a setup with the way that they're missing some of these passes. And so for her to be attributed, and that's what I always hated, as a guard, be ready to catch the ball, because those are attributed to me. If I drop a dime right on you and you fumble Rooski it, that's on me. That ain't on you. You know what I'm saying? Like a quarterback that drops a dime to a receiver, the minute he touches that thing and it's in his possession, it's attributed to him. Fumble. Boom, fumble. It's on you. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Now, if I don't put the ball on time and on target, then it's the same thing, because I could throw a dime right between your hands, and guess what? It hits your face mask, bounce off, and then somebody intercepts it. That's on me. Man, catch the freaking ball. Like, it's serious out here. That's the difference in being a walking Russell Westbrook, or guys like that, or these triple-double kings. It means something. So catch the freaking ball and make a play.
Caitlin Clark leads the W in turnovers by far. I wonder if you count up the number of dropped passes from her teammates, if she still leads the league. Because let's not pretend like she's not still throwing some risky passes, trying to figure out what she can and can't get away with, right? That's part of her game. Mm-hmm. It'll probably always be there. But just from that video alone that you sent me, I'd guess you could take away 30 or 45 of her turnovers on the low, and maybe we need to go to a system where it's scored like an error, right? Is it a turnover, an error on the passer or on the receiver? Because crediting Caitlin Clark for those turnovers, half of them, Strick, were full court outlet passes with no one within 20 feet
of them. Not even being challenged.
No. Uncontested.
Jeez. Yeah.
All of that to get to the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese debate, right? We know everything that went on with Iowa and LSU in the championship game a couple years ago. Angel Reese has a new WNBA record, is at least tied at 14 double-doubles in a row, whereas Caitlin Clark, again, leads the league in turnovers. In Caitlin Clark's corner, first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history, and is on pace to average 20 points and at least 10 assists, which hasn't been done by a rookie before in the WNBA. A couple weeks ago, there was some conversation, does win percentage factor into who should win Rookie of the Year? Someone was saying they would vote for Angel Reese because Chicago's win percentage is better than Indiana's. Despite the turnovers, has Caitlin Clark done enough to still be the odds-on favorite to win WNBA Rookie of the Year? Does Angel have the lead? How do you view that race?
I mean, there's a lot of things they're going to look at. I'm sure they're going to look at wins and some advanced analytics, some win shares, and what their numbers actually mean. I mean, they should. I mean, she's doing well. I mean, a walking double-double walking into the league, that's impressive, as far as Angel Reese is concerned. Then you add almost a couple steals a game, 1.5 steals a game, a couple of assists from the power forward position. I mean, it's solid across the board. I mean, now here's where you need to look at some details. Obviously, she doesn't shoot threes, but her 2-point numbers from the power forward position, probably you'd want to be a little bit better. I mean, at worst, you'd want it to be up in the range of close to 50. It being down at 41%, that's pretty low for the position. I mean, yes, being a rebound and being rebound only, I venture to say that I can't say that that's necessarily something that I would attribute a Rookie of the Year to. Now, when I look at Caitlin Clark's stats, pretty solid. I mean, you've got to say they're solid, but they're solid across the board. I mean, you're looking at 17 points a game. You're looking at 6 rebounds a game, working on 8 assists. Number of steals is pretty much the same, but all rookies have high assist totals. But I can say, if you really look at it, she's probably around maybe 3 assists or turnovers, three turnovers. Now, also, her field goal percentage is very low because she's a high volume shooter, so her being at that 41% range as a rookie, as someone coming into a league, the changes, the physicality, getting adjusted to that, but still having a pretty high 3-point number percentage is something to look at. And then you're looking at 90% from the free throw line. So at this point, I would give the nod to Caitlin a little bit, just because of just the across the board numbers. Somebody from the guard position, almost like 6 rebounds a game from the point guard position, who not only handles, runs the offense, the breaks, fast break opportunities, pushes, shoots a lot of threes, and is the leader of your team. Now, I can understand Angel Reese is not necessarily lead because Cardozo's over there. I mean, she's surrounded by probably a lot more better players, so her numbers may not stick out as much. But I think just across the board, that's the only way I can evaluate it, and that's why I'll give the nod right now to Caitlin a little bit.
Last thing before we go to break and wrap up hour one. We talked a little bit during the NBA season of, would the NBA give Rookie of the Year to Chet Holmgren over Victor Wembanyama, right? Chet had better numbers for a while before Wembanyama really turned it on from late January, early February, and beyond. So it ended up not mattering. Would the WNBA, go play some 4D chess to make sure the award goes to Caitlin with all the hype and keep that train rolling? Or would they give it to the quote unquote villain in Angel Reese and try to set up that rivalry for years to come?
Now you're writing a script, Austin Orman. It looks like you're a big producer writer over there for the next movie of the WNBA. I don't even know what to call it at this point, but there's some form of a movie that's being created, and you started that. I think the cool thing is, well, I don't think you lose going either way, right? And here's why I say so. One, she's been snubbed. Caitlin Clark's been snubbed from the USA basketball team. So there's already some controversy that's dealing with that part of it. And to kind of throw it back into the light of you want to keep these people engaged, you go that route. I think you do. I think you go that route because of the snub, because it creates this. You shouldn't. All the older guard, a lot of them are going to be moving on real soon. This is one of those shift to the new guard moves that, with the controversy of what they did and not bringing her on that team, boom, it kind of shifts the spotlight and puts it on there for a transition into a new era in WNBA basketball. Now, you go the other way, it just creates drama. But the risk of that drama that you create is losing is potentially losing fans from it because they're like, this is crazy, right? Now, but it could also spark, it can spark a Cinderella story. It can spark one of those stories like, you know, look what you did to me, but look how I came out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it can create these, just because she operates with a spirit of humility, right? She really's humble. She still backs up people that come at her sideways. You don't see her engaging in all the banter going back and forth. So I don't think you can lose going either way. You see what I'm saying? I think there's something in it, but I think if you go the route of not, you're putting risk in it a little bit more than the other one. So
one rookie that's
what do you think, man? I want to hear what you think on that.
I think you're right. I think I have not much to add to it. I can see both sides. I think Caitlin Clark's probably done a little bit more, had more asked of her in a bigger role, right? We know what her struggles are, but I think her struggles and her successes were always going to be magnified beyond what any other rookies were because of the hype coming into the league. We went through the same thing with Wembanyama, right? When he struggled playing the power forward position for a while and didn't have a true point guard. Well, hey, guess what? Get him in a good situation, put him, where they can thrive and watch him take off. So I would probably give the nod to Caitlin Clark right now. If Angel Reese is able to get those numbers up to 50% in the sky, make a push to the playoffs, and she's at the heart of it, okay, you can talk me into it, but I think I side with Caitlin Clark in that one for now.
Well, there's a couple on the text line that have thrown some things out there. Husker P says, they think Angel's record was handed to her, as he's watched replays, and that's the thing. That's the thing about social media. That's the thing about people today. I mean, they dig into some of these things a little bit deeper than I would say in the past, because guess what? It's just now coming out, Austin, in the past of how people, stat keepers and people have said that, they don't actually believe John Stockton's record or Scott Brooks' record. I think it was Scott Brooks.
The Michael Jordan Defensive Player of the Year thing.
Yeah, there's a lot. Their records, their assist numbers were inflated. I mean, there's all types of stuff that, people are starting to kind of come forth now. Jordan P. also says on the Sutter Heyman text line, thank you guys for texting in as well. He says if she shoots 60%, she doesn't get double doubles. So basically, they're saying she's the new she's the new Moses Malone of the NBA. Throw it up there and go get it.
Stat padding. Do it yourself.
Right.
Whatever it takes.
Dennis Rodman, tip. Go get 5 of them in one possession.
You got 5 of them. One rookie getting his props, Paul Skeen, starting the All-Star game for the National League.
Wow.
But Strick, he was pulled from a no-hitter after 7 innings and only 99 pitches. I want your thoughts on that. Would you pull him? Would you keep him? What would you do? We'll talk about that to wrap up Hour 1 of On the Block.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with a roof credit.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas. Health LNK is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. Health LNK provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a Health LNK subscription. Find your missing link with Health LNK today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Talking about some rookies here during On the Block, wrapped up some WNBA rookie conversation. We turn our attention to Major League Baseball. Rookie Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates gets the nod to start the Major League Baseball All-Star Game for the National League. Through 11 starts, he's 6-0 with an ERA under 2. He has not left a game with his team trailing. But here's the thing, Strick. Just yesterday, Paul Skeens, 7 innings, 99 pitches, no hits allowed, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit by pitch. Pittsburgh makes the decision to pull him and not give him a chance to go for the no-hitter. Do you like that they pulled him because he's a younger guy to keep his arm fresh? Do you think they needed to write it out and say, hey, go show us if you can get it done?
See, I think Paul Skeens at a space now to where you can kind of assess what his arm strength is and how he's going. I don't let me just speak personally, because I don't like young pitchers on the verge of history-making types of moments for themselves. I'm not one. If long as things are going well, I can understand if his pitch count number was up in the 140s, or something like that. But just approaching 100, I don't know what the situation was. Because I didn't see the game, so I can't say.
It was 1-0. That ended up being the final score.
1-0 final score, and I don't know what the bases were, if it was one on first or second, if it was a pitcher that was with a left-handed pitcher, if he looked like his fastball didn't have the same pop on it. So I can't speak to that part, but I'm saying that if he was in danger and you wanted to go with a guy that's coming out of your bullpen, a mid-reliever, to get a guy out, maybe has a better, more of effective rating against the person that was coming up. So I can't speak to that. But I'm just saying personally, I'm one to allow, as long as it's not a danger to the young player, because I can understand that part of it. I can understand you want to make sure that because of all the injuries to arms and stuff like that are happening these days, I get it. But when you're looking at history like that, as long as he looked strong and he was taking care of business, the ball was staying low, he wasn't getting balls up, and the ball still had velocity on it, I'm like, ride him out until he got himself into trouble. But because there's a lot of things. See, that's the thing I think I loved about baseball, Austin. I think I love the strategic aspects of it, because just in what I discussed, there are so many strategic things that can come into play, right? I mean, like I said, you're looking at pitch count, you're looking at batter coming up, you're looking at who's on base, who's coming up, where they are in the lineup. What does the game mean to you for getting into the playoffs? So you have all these different things that can potentially weigh into this decision that we may not know, and that's the skipper's job. And so that's why it's tough. It's tough to try to evaluate these situations, because it's so many strategic options that are out there as to why you make a decision like this.
That last point is the one that I was going to hit on. I think it's probably the most important here. We don't know what went into the decision. Manager didn't really say, right? He kind of beat around the bush when asked about it in the post-game press conference. We don't have the data that these Major League Baseball teams do, right? He was on his third time through the order. Just started that, right? We know there's a big, or just finished the third time through the order. We know there's a big penalty for the third time through, but you've been through 3 times on 99 pitches. If you're going to say it's arm care, okay, fine. That's been kind of the traditional way of thinking. But Strick, the arm is so nebulous in baseball. There's still not good concrete research out there in the major leagues that says throwing fewer pitches is necessarily safer, right? Think about all these relievers in the back ends of bullpens that don't get a whole lot of work, but they come in, they throw, 100 miles an hour for an inning. They blow out their arms too, just like starting pitchers do. To your point, it wasn't 140 pitches. It was 99. So yeah, 100 is kind of a big, spooky, scary number because it's triple digits and it's a big round number. But they were relatively stress-free pitches. He was mowing guys down. He's been pushed to 120, 130 back in college. So you feel like his arm could have held up underneath it. And while you always want to take player safety seriously and not discount it, it seems like maybe there's a little bit of a quick hook there, because you don't know if he's going to get back to this, right? You don't know he's not going to, but you might have just deprived the young man, who's probably the biggest story in baseball right now, and over the last 2 years. Like, it's Shohei Ohtani and Paul Skeens. What Skeens has done last year in college baseball and this year in Major League Baseball, I think obviously the Pirates have to think about themselves, their organization first, right? But you just took away a huge story. You took away an opportunity from a young man. And I can't say they were wrong because I don't have the data. But as a fan looking in from the outside, not being at 100 pitches, the only rationale that makes sense to me was they have some data about third or fourth time through the order penalties, and they felt better about their bullpen options matching up than Paul Skeens.
They basically said he's got 99 pitches, but ain't one left.
But a no-hitter ain't one.
Yeah. With regards to this, man, it's hurtful because he's got a lot going for him. Is this a version of Caitlin Clark on the baseball side where right. you don't want him to get too inflated of himself or too many accolades or who knows? Like, okay, just and I'm not saying this is the case, but it could be like something like this. Like that skipper was close friends with Nolan Ryan, and he doesn't want him to be compared to Nolan Ryan or to break anything Nolan Ryan did in his rookie year or Dwight Gooden or, you know what I'm saying? Any of these guys that had these tremendous rookie seasons when they came in, and they could be friends, and you're like, oh no, we're not gonna let him. And that's crazy. I'm not saying this is the case though. Also, I'm just saying people. It's crazy how people can think. They did it to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
People have these. Look. I'm gonna give you one example. Okay. When I was in high school at Bellevue West, our junior year, we went to the finals and lost to Millard South in my junior year. We had the same team coming back except for one person. All right. Because I was the guy. I was the head guy, papers, accolades, all that, right? Everybody kind of started smelling themselves. And we started out the year really good. I think we went into the holiday tournament and everybody started freezing me out. Think about that. The same team that went to the finals, this whole team comes back. Now you start like, you look at me different, but I'm built different, but you're looking at me different because you think that you're me, and you start freezing me out. And we lost like 10 games in a row. Other than that time I shared with you at Nebraska where I almost quit, that was one of the times where I literally, I think one of the times I went up in the stands and I did a Caleb Williams. I did because I couldn't believe it that this is happening. I just couldn't believe it. And it was the same team. There was nothing that changed around the league. I mean, Benson had pretty much the same team too. So it was kind of supposed to be us and them. And that can happen. It's crazy that that's the psyche of people sometimes. But those type of energies can creep in, man, and kind of disrupt some things. And I think you kind of started to see it with Ja Morant for a little bit. You definitely in college saw it with Zion. There's these little times where you start stop it. People didn't like Zion because, what I'm saying, he was supposed to be. And all these people that come in are saying he's the next thing since this. You know what I mean?
We'll have to get into that more. There's a conversation to be had there. Bull City stand up is all I'm going to say to that for now. Let's go to break. When we get back, we'll dive into some NFL headlines. Joe Burrow lays out his ideal 18-game NFL schedule that we seem to be moving toward pretty quickly. ESPN put out some skill position rankings, and then a sprinter sued Gatorade. Why is that? We'll tell you all about that and plenty more in hour 2 of On the Block.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top-tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey. I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Round 2 of boxing at the Complex is this weekend. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best amateur boxers on Saturday, July 13th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. A grudge rematch between Lincoln's Carter Mickelhouse and Kearney's Jack Mundolf, plus another Capital City showdown to follow. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 92. Tonight, mostly clear skies and mild lows. We'll see a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine and very hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 101. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Health LNK is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. Health LNK provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacements, snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a Health LNK subscription. Find your missing link with Health LNK today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Yes, it is. Austin Orman and Eric Strickland with you 2 to 4 Mondays and through Fridays here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Nebco hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete. Apply today. Start your career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. Nebco and Ready Mixed Concrete offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Visit nebcoinc.com or readymixedconcrete.com to learn more. Want to shout out our friends at Good Sense as well. Stricky, I got your sandwich in back. I'm holding on to it for you. It'll be in the fridge for you when you get back on Monday. Good Sense.
No. In these situations, I pay it forward, Austin. I say make sure the Boxster takes that home to his wonderful family and wife. Because
Boxster didn't get the memo, so it's still sitting here. I'll have to call him back and make sure he gets it.
Yeah, you can tell him to go ahead and grab it if he's in the area. Gosh darn it, because or if Rico's around, tell him to take it to the kids. Because I like to donate to the cause.
Hey, Stricky, Rico jetted out early. He left happy hour early. I'll give you one guess as to the reason why Rico had to leave early today.
It's not volleyball.
It's not volleyball. You are correct.
He's got a house.
It is not a house. Rico is officiating a wedding.
What?
That was my reaction.
Wow. Okay.
Minister
Okay, Rico, I see you.
On the come up.
Minister Rico. Get it, Rico. I see you.
So yeah, that's where he's at. That's why he won't get the sandwich either. So again, big thanks to Good Sense, 5 Lincoln locations. Make sure you check them out either tonight if you don't have supper plans or for sure over the weekend. Speaking of weekends, Strick, Super Bowl weekend. We know it's a big event. We know the game always falls on that Sunday in February. It's also a week before President's Day. How many times have you found yourself wondering, why can't the Monday after the Super Bowl be a national holiday? Everyone's watching the game. Everyone's at a party. Everyone's, eating and drinking and being merry on maybe the biggest sports day of the year in the USA. Well, here's this from Joe Burrow. He sees the NFL going to an 18-game schedule. He says, okay, cool. Here's his plan. You got to start the season probably a week earlier and add a bye week for every team with an 18th game. He says that moves the Super Bowl back 1 week to President's Day weekend. Super Bowl Sunday, President's Day on Monday.
Woo.
18-game schedule seems like a bigger win for the owners than the players. But for the rest of us, having Super Bowl Sunday into President's Day off on Monday, sign me right the heck up for that.
Right? Right? No, I'm saying
that?
You're talking about the opportunity of eyeballs being on a game with all the family around and nothing going on and nothing to do. Yeah, you have those things, but people, the fact that the celebrations and all the excitement and being able to get together with folk and man, without worry of having to go to the office the next day. Some people, for some opportunities, it's a little shaky. But yeah, that's not bad. I mean, also then, there's other things that would have to transpire. And I like the NFL trying to get creative because of like the Pro Bowl situations and trying to figure out ways to make that more better and so forth. So yeah, I'm all for it. Sign Stricky up for that one too, man. I'm down for the get down on that one.
Ben on the text line has something interesting I want to get back to here in a minute, but you mentioned the Pro Bowl. Joe Burrow also brought that up, right? He's been named to some Pro Bowls in his young NFL career. It's a joke. We just got done talking about the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, probably the best of the big three American sports, but that doesn't mean it's great. We've talked at length about the NBA and how bad it is. But holy cow, Strick, the Pro Bowl needs a facelift in the worst way, or it needs to be demolished and done away with. Joe Burrow says it might help if the NFL took a page out of Major League Baseball and the NBA's playbook and moved its All-Star game to the middle of the season. Burrow says somewhere around week 11, 12, 13 would be ideal. Kind of like the NBA and the MLB, it's a little after the halfway point of the season. Do you think that would help the NFL Pro Bowl? Would it have any effect at all if they moved it from after the season, between the end of the regular season before the Super Bowl, to the middle of the season?
because they're not really doing anything with it right now. It's kind of just a fun day, flag football, and so hopefully you would say it's minimizing some things. I just think you want to maybe add some skills or some. I mean, I don't know. I football throws me off because it's just it's so hard to figure out how to make that more interesting, right? You remember how it used to be back in the day? Like not you, because you weren't around in the thoughts of the Orman father and motherhood, but they used to do these fun things like 40-yard dash sprints and who's the fastest man, and they had some interesting things. You know what I mean? It was. Obviously, it wasn't something other than maybe you pulled a hamstring. It wasn't going to be hitting. It wasn't going to be contact. They just did these fun little events that, the strongest man. It was just a lot of things. You would see Bo Jackson, and you would see Herschel Walker, and you would see Willie Gault, and you would see these guys doing these little events. Darryl Green, and who's the fastest, and so forth and so on. But those were times when I guess they were marketing the game. But now, what happens when you become king? You kind of just it becomes lackluster for you a little bit, and then you kind of lose your edge, and you just your marketing is still solid, but just ways to handle that game or that situation. If not, just make it a party where you get together and you give some awards, save the awards until that part, and then just get together and have these awards and talk and have fun, go play golf and just do all these fun little things as a Pro Bowl. Make it a celebration. I don't know, especially if you're going to do it mid-season.
Stricky, who was your favorite NFL quarterback growing up?
I would say I liked Joe Montana. I liked Joe Theismann, and because I think I liked Theismann because he was just solid. But John Riggins and the freaking pig, the pig, the Hogs, and I just used to love you knew what they were going to do. It was like the Jazz. It was like the Utah Jazz. You knew exactly what they were going to do, and there's just nothing you could do about it. They were going to pull these guys. They were going to run these counter tray, and they're going to pull these linemen, and they're coming at you. Just know it's happening, and there's nothing you can do about it. John Riggins and those guys were just going to run rush shot. I used to love the combination of Roger Craig and Rathman. You know what I mean? With Joe Montana and then Jerry Rice. It was fun. Then you had the Raiders. I like Plunkett. I thought Plunkett was cool. I don't know. I thought he was cool. And then, who changed the game in the mindset for me was Randall Cunningham. Just the way that he played, his abilities to escape, and big arm Warren Moon. Yeah, just a huge arm. You know what I mean? I didn't ever really like the Cowboys quarterbacks.
Yeah, Brad says Aikman, and no. Yeah. Couple other things from the text line, though, both from Ben. Ben, you're on a roll here. His first thing, Strick, is how about instead of adding another regular season game, why don't we add another round to the playoffs? Yes or no for you?
That's a tough one.
And see, I don't think it is. I am way out on that. I am far out on adding another round to the playoffs. If anything, you're going to add one more team to either side, but then the number one seed doesn't get a bye. And that's been the selling point for so long. So the top seed get a bye. You already added, another wild card team. So instead of 1 and 2 getting a bye, it's just the one. So if anything, you go to 8 teams, make everyone play their way on through. But adding another round, I don't think that works at all. I mean, if you add another team, that's already 16 of the 32 teams in the playoffs. I mean, 14 out of 32 feels a little bit high. I think it should go back to 6 in each conference. Too late for that. They're never going to re-downsize it. But I don't think adding another round to the playoffs would go well.
Well said. I don't have any rebuttal for that. I really don't. I think across the board, they probably, like you said, the owners would be happy about an extra game. I think the players benefit. You get an extra bye week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You get an extra day to just, nothing, come in. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Combo on 3.
Yeah, right.
Ben also said, how about a punt, pass, and kick contest, but for the professional athletes?
Why not? Why not? Something. Just make it fun. If you're not going to really play, and I don't even know if the flag football, because they still kind of not really into it. So yeah, find some way to just make it a fun day. Make it the NFC versus the AFC in a golf match. The best of the AFC against them, and then whoever loses gets dunked in the tank. Or I don't know, like, just make it fun. Make it something that's interesting. I don't know.
Do a golf match, a golf scramble, something. Play a dodgeball game, right? Like they do.
Yeah.
I think anything but football is going to go
Anything
better
but football
than playing actual football. But hey, I'll say this for the punt, pass, and kick idea too. You can throw coaches in there. Don't forget Andy Reid famously participated in the punt, pass, and kick. We see that about once a year. So I think you could even involve coaches in that to some degree. Get the coaches out there for All-Star Weekend, right? Make it a big event, a gathering place. I think you could even,
play a Madden tournament. I mean,
Madden tournament, right? Would you have to play as your own team?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah. You this is what you put together. This is what you got to work with.
I feel.
Yeah, Madden tournament. I don't know, just something. Make it fun.
So then what I think we do is we do round robin. So you take the representative from each team, have them play each other, representative from their division, seed based off of record and point differential for the semi or the quarters, the semis, and then you get your AFC, NFC, Madden Super Bowl, such as it is.
And make it just a big event.
Right. 50K on the line. Go win it.
Something. Yeah, put something on it. Yeah.
We are given
and I think you still give the guys the bonus for making the all pro team or whatnot. And you give them their bonus and maybe allow them to put wager on, because you're not wagering on the game, you're wagering on the Madden tournament. So you got a chance to say, okay, I'm rolling with the AFC, baby. I put a little 5 on it, let DraftKings get involved and they have all the odds and just make it just fun. Let the fans get involved. I don't know. I just be throwing stuff out, but it sounds like it'd be better than what's going on right now.
I agree. Crowbait says money talks make it worth their while and make playing competitive again. I don't know if there's a reasonable amount of money that's going to make them want to play. And Ben, again, appreciate all of your texts. If you want to get in on the conversation, you sure can. 402-464-5685. That's the number to our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. Big thanks to Starter Heyman for setting up the streams for us as well. He's strict.
Here's why I say that real quick, Austin. Mm-hmm. I just look at the old NBA All-Star games. They weren't getting the kind of money that they're getting today for what the game is, and they played harder. So I don't know if you could throw money at it for that. They played harder then without all the same benefits that they're getting now, and so I don't think that's the answer.
Okay, Dalton throws this out on the text line here. There needs to be an event where everyone from the ticket gets into a dunk tank this summer. What are you thinking, Dalton? What kind of event? We got plenty of space here. We got plenty of room. So if you come up with a good enough idea, I won't promise that we'll make it happen, but we can at least pitch it to ownership.
And if you miss, Dalton, we get to put you in the tank.
Yeah. That's now we're talking. Now we're do we give them 3 throws or just one?
Yeah, no, 1 throw. Or you can pay for a mulligan.
Ooh. $2 for
you get 2 mulligans. You get 2 mulligans. You can pay for a mulligan, but you gotta put something on it. But if you miss, you in there.
Roll reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dalton's
so
talking. He says he needs
one. Oh, whoa. Okay.
There it is.
Love it.
I like that from you, Dalton.
Well, for you, Dalton, we'll put DP in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go against DP's arm, right? Former outfielder, Strick, former outfielder at the hose. Steve Taylor, quarterback and guy with the hose. Plenty of opportunities for you, ticket listeners, to get dunked when we figure out a way to pull this off. He's Strick. I'm Austin. More on the block after this.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane. Prodigy Baseball Academy, Lincoln's premier baseball program, is excited to partner with the #1 national youth and high school program to offer a larger player development program with a national network for tournaments and recruiting. Prodigy Baseball has been nominated several years by the Lincoln Choice Awards for outstanding dedication to youth baseball. Come see the USA Prime Prodigy difference. For a full listing of tryouts and to learn more about USA Prime Prodigy, check them out on Facebook at Lincoln Prodigy Baseball or at lincolnprodigybaseball.com. USA Prime Prodigy is excited to announce the tryouts for the upcoming season. Prodigy Baseball is where players in Lincoln go to receive player development, a competitive tournament schedule, and incredible family atmosphere. USA Prime Prodigy will be hosting tryouts July 14th through the 16th at 6 p.m. at Optimus Sports Complex for ages 7 to 14. Jalen Wordley, Caleb Clark, and Mason McConaughey from Husker Baseball will be there to sign autographs and talk to the youth. Tryouts start on July 14th at 6 p.m. Learn more at lincolnprodigybaseball.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 6-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $8.99. Fairway's 16-ounce packs of hickory smoked bacon for $3.99 per pack with a limit of 4, fresh salmon for $9.88 per pound, and 24 packs of Michelob Ultra for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Round 2 of boxing at the Complex is this weekend. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best amateur boxers on Saturday, July 13th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. A grudge rematch between Lincoln's Carter Mickelhouse and Kearney's Jack Mundolf, plus another Capital City showdown to follow. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through July 16th is spend $30, get 2 New York strips for free. Also, 10% off all beef jerky. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
I'd like Bill to be say next to you, so when you say on 3, he goes, that'd
That'd
be
be awesome. That would be. Steve Sipple on 3. You should be there just for that.
That's all I said for 3 days.
Kirk Francis, Steve Sipple from the Husker Online on 3 Network.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to On the Block. Strick here, Austin Orman. It is coming to a close. The weekend is almost here. It is Friday. We thank you guys for joining us on the block once again for another wonderful week. Austin, I mean, just think about how fast these weeks go nowadays, my friend. It's like it's absolutely crazy, but we're all for it. I must say that I enjoy the time that we're able to share. And I even enjoy just this time, even when we happen to be apart, because we still have a great connection. We're working on 18 months. It's crazy how fast this time has gone since we first began walking on the block together. Yeah? Would you agree?
It really has flown by. I still feel like I'm the new guy. I know plenty of people tell me that. Now I am the new guy, but it has been an awesome partnership. I've learned a lot from you. I've enjoyed every step here on the block, and I'm looking forward to whatever's next, right? Not saying that's an announcement. It's not coming, but what I mean by that is what's next for the show. Obviously, I think we got some good ideas cooking, and especially with football season coming up, lots of big things on the horizon.
Absolutely. And I'm going to jump into this topic, Austin. And the reason I think I wanted to tap in on this topic is because it's a little broader than just the microcosm of the situation that has happened. And here's a synopsis of the story. There's a sprinter by the name of Osama Singa who is suing Gatorade for a positive drug test that ultimately caused him to miss the 2024 Olympics. Singa, he claims that he now discontinued the product that he was given that contained the banned substance. And he said 1 year ago, he's a Surinamese sprinter who has beaten Noah Lyles. He ran against Noah Lyles and broke his record in high school. And he's received a 4-year ban from competition. And the positive drug test that came out was something called GW1516. So with that in mind, he's the one, he basically beat Noah Lyles in a 100-meter race that was in Florida. He finished with a win aided in high school, 9.83. And that's sick in high school. He went on to break the national high school record also in the 200 at 19.97, which also surpassed Noah Lyles. So he was someone that was probably on the verge of being able to challenge Noah Lyles. Asinga had plans to attend Texas A&M to compete there as a freshman, and but is now not allowed to train with the coaches at the school because of the ban, and he fears that he may lose his scholarship there at Texas A&M. So there's understanding as to why he would feel the way that he feel. There's understanding as to why he would sue, because that's the thing. I think young athletes they have coaches. So my question then becomes, Austin, just initially, this is just the beginning of it before I get to the broad scope of why I think this is important. Do you think it's important that, well, let me just say, who do you think should be challenged in this issue, or who do you think should be given the trouble of the problem that now exists in this man's getting banned? Is it the coaches? Is it Gatorade, or is it the meal supplement? Because are they telling what's fully in it? That's the part that it kind of makes it shaky. They don't tell you fully what's in it, and then all of a sudden something ends up in it with traces of it, which causes you to kind of lose. And is it the coach's fault? Who needs to do the research, or is it the onus on the athlete themselves? That's what makes it hard.
It's almost impossible, right? Because if you take Asinga's side, it's that, hey, my mom took a picture of the ingredient label, sent it to my coaches, and my coaches said Gatorade doesn't make anything that is impermissible, right? If Gatorade made it and gave it to you, again, like you said, he was named the Gatorade Athlete of the Year, Runner of the Year in Florida, so they sent him a gift basket. I mean, you take Gatorade at its word. That's a huge brand that has done so much in the world of sports. You have no reason not to trust them. You have no reason not to trust the coaches, right? That you sent the picture to, that recruited you, that want you on their team. Why would they lead you astray? Where it gets really tricky is that both Gatorade and Asinga sent in some samples to be tested. Asinga's gummies had the GW 1516. Gatorade's did not. So Gatorade is saying he didn't send in an unsealed, untampered with pack. Maybe they got in there somehow else. Well, Asinga's saying it's the same pack that I had. They were in there. It was in there to begin with. So either. So
you think this is a he said, she said thing? Is that what you're kind of maybe potentially?
That's where I'm at right now. I think that in the majority of these cases, what I want to do is take the athlete at his word, right? I mean, his dad was a sprinter in college and then in the Olympics as well. He should know what's going on and know how to keep his kid's nose clean. So I want to believe the young man. But it's really weird to me that, I mean, unless Gatorade is acting maliciously and they intentionally made a batch of these recovery gummies without the GW 1516 to send in, that why would they go to all that trouble to make one clean batch? And if that's the case, why haven't more athletes come forward?
With the issue, right?
This happened to me as well.
Yeah,
unless there's something in his body composition, how his body breaks it down and other bodies don't. Maybe he's the outlier case here. I don't know. There's so much going on with all these supplements and the way that they interact with your body, what's in them, what's not, who said what. I think it's almost impossible to tell who's going to be right or wrong in the situation without actually rewinding the clock, going back in time and seeing the whole timeline of events. So what I hope happens is that A&M honors his scholarship, because clearly this is a talented young man, recovery gummies or not. And I hope that Gatorade would, settle with him, right? They can know or assume they didn't do anything wrong in their minds. But I think this means more to Asinga than it does to Gatorade, right? Because he's the one, it's not going to be a huge, stain on the Gatorade image or logo, for this to happen. Gatorade's going to be fine. So can you pay him, $750,000 in the settlement? Like, hey, sorry, we don't think this happened. If it did, that's our bad. Here's most of what you would have gotten in a sponsorship. Let's wash our hands of it and move on.
Well said. Now here's, Stricky sometimes throwing a tinfoil hat. Sometimes Stricky, you know, mind kind of woo. So here's the thing. What is Noah Lyles' status or any with Gatorade? Do we know fully? He's with them. I think that's that's my thing. I think so. So here's the thing. When you this is my tinfoil hat now. There's nothing here I'm saying. This is all alleged, and this is just Stricky, just big brain. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, just big brain thinking, right? So this man has challenged, beaten, and one of the best things smoking right now, marketability. He's the new it guy. He's going to Paris. There's a few others out there that could challenge, but this young man is dangerous to Noah Lyles, right? I'm not saying it's Gatorade, but could it be somebody in Gatorade that, get a little package, little into the package, a little something with a little extra dipsy do in there, right? Now I'm just thinking. So, but I want to go bigger because that's tinfoil thinking. I don't even want you to answer that. That's just you just never know. You just never know. You know what I mean? What can happen with those types of situations? But here's the big picture. What do you do in these situations when you have, like, for example, Sha'Carri Richardson, right? Sha'Carri Richardson runs last year. She wins. She tests positive for what is considered to be a banned substance, and that's marijuana, right? And then a few years later, four years later now, they take that off the banned substance list. That's one. Two, NFL now is doing a lot of the same. NBA off the banned substance. It's not something you can get hurt for. So just think about all the players that lost money, all the players that have gotten kicked out of the league, thrown out. Are they opening them? And I'm going to stop there because we can go on. I can give you stories for days throughout all these situations. You can look at Reggie Bush's situation with NIL, all of these types of things where you get down the road and you realize, is it really an issue? And then you take it off, but then all of the people that were affected, you don't even have to go all the way back 40 years, just in the recent 10, Josh Gordon, guys like that who got murked basically from their careers because of this issue and so forth and so on. So how do you rectify this? Because are they opening up Pandora's box? Because now Mario Chalmers, right? With the NIL situation, you opened up a Pandora's box. Now all of a sudden, guys is like, shoot, you don't want to go back that far? You only going here? Well, let me get in on this.
Don't forget, they're only going back to 96, not 94, Stricky.
See, you know what? If they go back to 96, they touch me, but they ain't go back to 96. They go back. They say they go back to 96.
I thought it was it 98 or 96?
Man, I don't even think it's in the 90s. I think it's like 2016 or 10, maybe. I don't even think it went back that far.
Either way, I think the NIL and the drug issue are similar but different, right? One is, have you been commercialized? Have you been profited off of and not been able to, as you would say, touch that paper? That's been a fact for as long as college athletics have been a thing. Finally, the tide's turning a little bit there. Drugs are more complicated, right? I think there's still research both ways on marijuana legality, right? The simplest way I can answer this is, what are the rules at the time? Whether or not the rules get changed later, you can look back and say, hey, that's dumb. But I can also say, you knew what the rules were. You're right. The rule hadn't changed yet. The simplest thing for you to do is to abide by the rules as they are in that time. So, if weed is off the banned substances list, cool, fine, whatever. But here's the thing, Sha'Carri Richardson, they weren't off the list 4 years ago. You knew that, and you did it anyway. So even if it is harmless and viewed differently today, that's not how it was back then. And not everyone else was back then, right? The entire point of these rules is to keep the playing field fair, equal, level as much as possible across the board. So even if, it wasn't a huge advantage or disadvantage for her, it still happened, right? She was doing it. Other people weren't. The rule was in place. You broke the rule. Sorry. I mean, congratulations. You got it changed. Do what you want now. But same with NIL, right? It's dumb. And that one, again, it's a different situation. I'm glad it's changed now, but we knew what the rules were before. So if you're a school that was cheating, by doing things under the table, when even if you were, we would say today, doing the right thing by the student athlete, it was against the rules at the time, as unfortunate as it might be. So I'm glad that we've had the change in that capacity, but breaking the rule just for the sake of breaking the rule and then trying to play the victim later on down the road, I don't know if that necessarily sits right with me.
Yeah, that's well said. I don't know if it holds water. I don't know if that dog will hunt, but I just wanted to throw it out there because it's an interesting thing. You feel bad for the young man. You definitely do, especially, but here's the thing. We watch it every day. We watch it every day on the news. We watch gaslighting all over the place. We watch people tell you straight to your face, this or that. And this is, you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't believe your lying eyes. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we have this, so we really won't know until you dig into the weeds to see, where the packaging and what was transported and what was in it, and till you have testimony. And so you're not, and you might not even know that, because it still becomes a he said, she said type of thing. So it's crazy. It's nonsense. I think nonsensical.
Right. Stricky, I didn't warn you for this, but I'm glad we have a break for you to prep for this. I'm going to make a mini announcement here. Corner 3 coming back tonight on 93.7 The Ticket. That'll tip off at 6 o'clock. My question is, Strick, what's the greatest season of all time in Nebraska basketball history? So I want you in the crossover to tell me the best season that you had at Nebraska. Not the best team, not the best collection of players, but
that I had?
For your time at Nebraska, what was the best season? Think about that. I want your answer when we get back to wrap up on that.
As a team or as a player? As
a team.
Okay.
Best record, most successful season as a team. We'll get Strick's answer, talk about it a little bit here when we get back to wrap up on the block.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 92. Tonight, mostly clear skies and mild lows. We'll see a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine and very hot temperatures. An afternoon high around 101. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 6-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $8.99. Fairway's 16-ounce packs of hickory smoked bacon for $3.99 per pack, with a limit of 4, fresh salmon for $9.88 per pound, and 24 packs of Michelob Ultra for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
For only $2.99 a day, LES powers life's sweetest moments and keeps all your summer treats icy cold and ready. Learn more at les.com/value.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure, I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey, I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up On the Block for the day and the week. Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you one last segment. Jay Foreman will hop on a different stream for Old School. He's on the road as well. We'll get to him here in just a little bit. I posed this question to Strick before the break. He's had a little bit of time to think about it. The best season that your Nebraska teams had, Strick, for your time at Nebraska, what was the best season that you guys had when you were in college?
Oh, wow. By record, it would have been my freshman year, where we tied for second in the conference in the Big 8 with an 8-6 record, with Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Kansas was leading the charge there. That's by way of record. But I would venture to say that the best team and season as a whole, because we didn't lose a lot of games by getting beat badly. We lost some road games. Like, we only lost to Kansas by, I think, like 6 or 7 at Kansas that year. Then we the loss we had against Oklahoma at home was by 3. And then, I think Missouri had beat us pretty good. And then we lost to Colorado on the road by 4. So, like, we was right. Like, it could have went a whole different way. Like, if we win those games, like, we probably win the Big 8 that year, right? Those really close games. We lose in overtime at Oklahoma by 4. We felt we got cheated on that. The only team that really pretty much beat us that year was Oklahoma State. And they got us at their place, which they should have. You're supposed to take care of home. And we come back after that loss. They beat us by 18. We come back and we beat number 10 Kansas by 9 at home. And then we get Kansas State and we make this nice run. And we get Oklahoma. We get revenge on Oklahoma State. And then we lose that really close game to Missouri, which I told you that story before, where we literally got cheated with a block charge call that they had on us. And we go on to win the Big 8 tournament. So I think that's the one for us, because we ended up landing a number 6 seed. Just didn't shoot very well out at Nassau Coliseum in New York. And I think it was unfortunate for us to have to go out east. And it was just like a quick turnaround. It wasn't a lot of time. Like, we literally had to get on the road in a couple of days and go out there and try to play a game. So that was probably, I'd say, the best one.
We've talked a little bit about the style of play that your teams had, especially that team, right? Seeing the highlights from that Big 8 championship run. Y'all were the 11th best scoring offense in college basketball that year, 87 points per game. Your defense, 80 points per game. That's running. That is up and down. Seemed like a fun style of basketball to play. But yeah, 20 wins overall, 4th in a loaded Big 8, right? You mentioned all those close losses, 1 or 2 here or there. And you're up at, at least 2, if not challenging for the very top of the conference that year.
Absolutely. And that's what we felt. We felt we had a really strong team. That team we felt was one of the best that we've had. And we did it with an undersized team. I mean, if you could just look at that lineup, the lineup that was on that team, our big man was Mikey Moore, who was a freshman, so he didn't even really play. He was a freshman, 6'11", 195. We finally got him over 200 pounds by feeding him Domino's pizza every freaking night and making him eat like crazy. But our centers and our big men, Tom Best at 6'8", Melvin Brooks at 6'8", Bruce Chubbuck was our center at 6'7". Badge was playing out of position at 6'7". The biggest guy we had was Mikey Moore at 6'11". Like, for that team to even have that kind of a set. Now, we were long in the middle, and we all had to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, even myself, like, I think I averaged over 5 rebounds a game. So, all of us had to kind of do our share, and we had to do it with team, team in mind. But yeah, that was a pretty tough team, Austin.
Your numbers that year, 10.7 points, 3.4 rebounds, 3.2 assists per game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right in line with what you're saying. Pike led the way, 21.5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Jerron, 12 points, 2.5 boards, 4 assists per game. Then Bruce with essentially 12 points and 7 rebounds per game. Jamar averaged 11 points and 4.5 assists per game. Strick, when I look up and down these numbers, that's balance, right? With how fast you guys play, did you rotate, sub in a lot, and just go as hard as you could for stretches?
And see, that's the thing that's the thing I got to say about Danny Nee that he did. He made sure we all understood like what our roles were and give everything you got while you're on that floor. And I'll get you in and we will have a nice show. And then there would come periods where certain guys would get hot. So there would be nights where guys would get hot. And this is why I took big, onus on being a defensive stopper, because I knew that if it came down to it, coach could trust me to get stops on guys when it was needed. And so that's why I knew that's the way I knew I could get on the court. You had to really find a way to get on the court. I wasn't going to beat out Pike. Pike was a Polish rifle, man. He was getting buckets. So I had to figure out how to get in. But this is how I had to understand that, to diversify my game and work at being able to play in multiple roles.
Stricky, enjoy your weekend, my guy. You're back in town on Monday, I hope.
Monday morning, I'll be back, man. I look forward to seeing you in studio.
Excellent. Enjoy your weekend, my guy. We'll talk to you Monday.
Sounds good. Peace. Blockhead. See you soon.
That's Eric Strickland, Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet with us from the road. Been a great show. I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me for another couple hours and actually another few hours. The Corner 3 returns tonight at 6. It'll be stream only. We're carrying the Royals' pivotal series up in Boston with the Royals and the Red Sox fighting over that last wild card spot right now, last series before the All-Star break. I'm sure I'll get into that a little bit, but the best seasons in Nebraska men's basketball history is the topic for the Corner 3. But 2 hours of old school to go before we get there. Jay Foreman joins me on the other side.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that